What's up, guys? So I pretty much watched every game one. I'm not too sure if I'll do a game two of like all this. I probably will, but most likely I'll probably do game four and game five, six, seven when it starts getting really tight in these series. Um, I wish I had a teleprompter so I can look at all the stats like it's the news, but I'm gonna use my phone so I can be as close to how the games were, and then I'll give you my opinion. I'll keep it in order. I'll start with the Saturday games, the time slates, and then I'll try to work my way to the Sunday games. But let's get right into it. So we got Orlando and Cleveland. I'll read out Orlando's stats. It was 83 to 97. French Wagner had 18, 7, and 3. Paulo had 24, 7, and 5. Jonathan Isaac, 10, 5, 3 steals. Gary Harris, 33 minutes, 0 points, 2 rebounds. I don't know what happened there. Minus 12, by the way. And Jalen Suggs, 13, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. And by the way, as we go more down the video, I'll probably just read only the important guys who did important things. And the bench didn't really do too much. Wendell Carter, 15 minutes. Anthony, 4 points. As far as Cleveland, Strook 7 and 9, Mobley 16 and 11, Jared Allen 16, 18 rebounds, Mitchell 32, 3 assists, Garland 14, 8 assists, best player LeVert 5 points. So mainly the starters on the positives for plus minus. Max Strus being plus 13 out of the most. So what I'm thinking is I don't know about Jonathan Isaac playing the center position. I do like Jonathan Isaac. I think he's better in this series off the bench because I don't know if he can guard Mobley or Jared Allen. I mean, clearly Jared Allen had 18 boards, so he was feasting. I would think game two, maybe give it one more try, but I don't know. That's kind of risking it. If I'm the coach, I'm probably playing Wagner. Not France, the other one, Mo Wagner, because he's 6'11" and he weighs more, he's bigger, and he could body Jared Allen. Although I still think Jared Allen is gonna win that matchup. And I'm taking the Cleveland guards any day of the week. Give me Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland over Jalen Suggs and Gary Harris Jr. Jalen Suggs is still a question mark. He's only 22 years old, so we don't know what he is going to be yet, but he's just pretty decent and solid. I already know what Gary Harris Jr. is. Defensive guy, either going to give you 10 to 15 points, a couple threes here and there. So I don't even know if I would have him in the starting lineup. But then again, who would I put? Would I put Anthony? I don't know. And they did play 10 guys. Or excuse me, they played 11 guys. No, yeah, they played 10 guys, the Orlando Magics. And then Cleveland played 9 guys. So, later and later in the playoffs, they're going to get only shorter and shorter for who's in your rotation. But it just looked like it was just Paulo and a little bit of Franz Wagner, and that's it. Like, who's going to be that third option? They don't have experience, the Orlando Magic. So we're going to have to see. But I did pick Cleveland in 5, and they're looking as good as they can come. So I just think Wendell Carter maybe can play center too, because he's undersized at 6'9", but he can body a little bit Jared Allen and Mobley, because those guys are just freaks and they're just too big. So other than that, let's move on to the game that was after that, which would be Phoenix and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Phoenix won 95 to 120. And this is what I said to start the series. Kevin Durant needs to average 30 to 35 in order for them to have a chance in the entire playoff run. Is that hard to do for KD? Kind of not. It's just his health and how much minutes he'll get. But even him, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal have to average almost 80 to 90 points in order for them to have a chance, because they got no bench. I mean, yeah, I guess Eric Gordon, but 21 minutes, 0 points. O'Neal, 14 points, 4 rebounds, but minus 17. Isaiah Thomas played a little bit, but that's probably because it was game over. So I don't know if you're going to throw Isaiah Thomas or Boyd or Nazir Little maybe next game. But Allen too, Grayson Allen only 4 points, so he needs to pick it up. He needs to start hitting threes, or the team needs to find him open shots more because he needs to average like 10 to 15 too and have 3 to 4 threes a game. I like Nurkic, but can he really guard Karl Anthony Towns or Rudy Gobert? Rudy Gobert, 14 points, 16 rebounds. Karl Anthony Towns, 19 points, -2. Rudy Gobert, plus 19. Conley, 4 points, 7 assists. And then Anthony Edwards went crazy, plus 19 as well, like Rudy Gobert. 33 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. Like I said, he needs to elevate and be Michael Jordan Jr. Right now, it looks like he's doing that. And if he can do that, then Minnesota would definitely have a legitimate chance to make a conference final run. It just depends how, like I said, Rudy Gobert, and when he gets isolated and then you have no one on top of the key, can Karl Anthony Towns help him out? Or can Rudy Gobert finally be better at perimeter guarding? And then, like I said, they have a nice bench with Slomo Anderson, Alexander Walker with 18 points, and then Naz Reid with 12, 2 points, and then plus 22 for Reid and plus 28 for Alexander. That's why I said being deep matters in the playoffs. It really does. It helps your starters, and it helps also your whole team just collectively having a deep team. Devin Booker, 18 points. Bradley Beal, 15. Like I said, Kevin Durant needs to average 30, 31, but -20. Yeah, you're not going to win with Devin Booker average 18 and Bradley Beal averaging 15. It's just not going to happen. Like I said, that bench is not deep. So I'm looking for adjustments that game, and hopefully one of those players got to average 40 the next game because Minnesota's out for blood. But other than that, we'll move on to 76ers and the Knicks. Joel Embiid is the biggest question mark. Can he stay healthy this series? Because if he can stay healthy, then I still have Philly in 7. I think this is going to be a grinded out series. Are you going to have McBride from the Knicks scoring 20 points every game? Probably not. Are you going to have Josh Hart flirting with a triple-double every game? Maybe, but I don't think so. I do know Jalen Brunson is going to average, if we look here, 22, 7, and 7. So he is going to probably have eventually a 30-point or a 40-point game during the series. Same thing with DiVincenzo. He's going to have a 15-point game hitting threes. OG Anunoby might have a 20-point game out of the series. Hartenstein, that usually sounds right, 6, 7 rebounds. But you can throw even Mitchell Robinson at Joel Embiid because Mitchell Robinson's pretty decent at defense. But I still think Philly's going to bounce back because I do like them having Buddy Hield. And the Knicks played 8 players, so I don't know if Alex Burke will play the next game. But like I said, I don't know if McBride's going to have 21 points the next game. Paul Reed, 4 rebounds, 5 assists for bench. Batum, 3 points, 2 assists. Which is shocking to me was actually Buddy Hield only playing 10 minutes and then having 0 points. I expect a little more minutes from Buddy Hield, so we'll see how Nick Nurse does with that. Tyrese Maxey had a good-ass game. Played 43 minutes, so pretty much played damn near the whole game. 33 points, 4 assists. -4. Joel Embiid, +14. Kyle Lowry, +6. 18 points, 2 assists. Kyle Lowry played 38 minutes. So, like I said, this team is nice. They have shooters around Joel Embiid. I do think eventually the Julius Randle not being there is going to hurt them. But we'll have to see. Julius Randle still hasn't shown up in any playoffs. But Tom Thibodeau is pretty good at making adjustments and moves in the playoffs. But like I said, I'm still confident with Philly winning this series in 7. And by the way, before I go anymore, every home team won. So every team, it's 8-0 right now for the home teams and the high seeds pretty much, which is how it's supposed to be. The better teams are supposed to win, But let's move on to the next game, which is Denver. They won 114-103. We'll look at the Lakers' stats. Rui Hachimura, 7 points, 31 minutes. LeBron James has a LeBron type of game with 27 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists. Anthony Davis, 32, 14, and 5. LeBron James, -9. And then Anthony Davis, -12. Same thing with Austin Reeves with 13 points, -12. And D'Angelo Russell with +2, which is weird because it did not feel like he was playing good at all. Was shot 6 for 20. Spencer Dinwiddie, 0 points. Prince, 11. So this is what my biggest issue I keep saying with the Lakers. Who are you going to trust for your final 5 in the fourth quarter or for your starting lineup? You can't have D'Angelo Russell wetting the bed, shooting 6 for 20, Mr. Ice in his veins. You know LeBron's going to give you a LeBron-type game. You know Anthony Davis is going to give you an Anthony Davis-type game. But I would still leave those guys open for threes. Yeah, would they knock them down when they get hot, as in LeBron and Anthony Davis? Of course. But I'll live and die with that. You know, if Austin Reeves can't hit his shots, if Prince can't hit his shot, if D'Angelo Ice in his veins Russell ain't hitting his shots, you're good. Then you could just worry about those two players and let everyone run wild. Rui Hachimura last year did pretty good in the playoffs. He can't have a 7-point game. We need 15 to 20. So they have to change these looks because I don't think defensively they can guard Denver at all. Like I said, the pick and roll for Denver is one of the nastiest with Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, or with Joker. And we'll look at their stats. Michael Porter Jr., 19 and 8. And by the way, the whole starting lineup was plus at least 10 in the starting lineup for Denver Nuggets. Gordon, 12, 11, 7. Joker, 13, 12, and 7. Jamal Murray, 22 and 10. Like I said, like the Lakers can't guard these guys. And they were 10 deep. That's what I'm saying. It does matter how deep you are in the playoff. Those little 2, 3 minutes, 4 minutes you get from those bench players and they produce are so key in playoffs, especially against decent teams, good teams. Not anyone did. I do like Bron a lot. He only had 2 points, but still, I just like how he plays. He plays team basketball. Lakers only had 4 guys playing. Are we gonna see Gabe Vincent get more minutes? You can't have a goose egg from Spencer Dinwiddie with 0 points. I'm sorry, you're not going. And are we going to see maybe a Vanderbilt get a couple minutes here and there to guard maybe an Aaron Gordon or a Jamal Murray? So I do have Denver winning this series in 6. Lakers got a lot of question marks about their lineup. We're going to have to see. That pretty much, I think, wraps up the Saturday games. Now it leads me perfect to Sunday. Boston and Miami. Clearly no Jimmy Butler, and it shows. My biggest concern, though, off this Boston game is why are they playing the last 2 to 3 minutes when you're up 15 points? Miami was kind of getting scary by hitting a couple threes and coming back, and then you have Jason Tatum falling on his ass in the last 3 minutes. Like, get these guys out of here. I understand what the coach is thinking with, I want my guys to play longer minutes so they can get used to it down the stretch of the playoffs, and they're used to playing 40 minutes. And he's been doing this throughout the whole season, so it's not like he's just started. But, dude, when the game's over, get Jaylen Brown out of there. Get Tatum out of there. Get Jrue Holiday. He's old, man. Get him out of there, man. Like, we don't need to see them the last 4 minutes when the score's up 15. Is Terry Rozier going to come back for the Heat? I don't know. Like, the Heat need to win game 2 or 3 because you can't be down 3-0 with no Jimmy Butler. You got to be at least 2-1 and then have Jimmy Butler come back. That'll put you in a nice position. Porzingis is dealing with that hand injury as well, so we're going to have to see for that. But, man, Porzingis is just such a game changer. Just to have a big man who can block shots and then take you off the perimeter and shoot threes is just so incredible. I don't know if I said the score, but it was 114-94. I'll read the stats real quick. The best, like I said, Bam Adebayo, 24 and 6. And Wright, which is surprising, Wright, that's still in the league, by the way, 17 points, 3. And then the rookie, too, having 16 points for the Miami Heat, which I like a lot. But like I said, no Jimmy Butler. And if Tyler Hero is going to have a cold night, I don't really know how your chances are. Jason Tatum, first triple-double, I think, in his career in the playoffs. So he's clearly showing he's taking a step. They only win 8 deep, as in Boston. But difference is, like, their starting lineup is solid. And like I said, 41 minutes for Jason Tatum. I thought you should have got him out at one point. But yeah, like I said, I expect a sweep for Boston. Nothing more. As if Jimmy Butler ain't coming back, I don't know what else to say. Dallas and Clippers, which is, by the way, Boston is my pick for the finals, and the Clippers are my pick to play them in the finals. Reason why I picked the Clippers is because they're super deep. No Kawhi Leonard, and it didn't matter. Like I said, you could throw a Paul George on Kyrie Irving or on Luka Doncic. You can throw even a Norman Powell. You could throw Russell Westbrook on Kyrie Irving. And then a fact that I like that Ty Lue, instead of like starting Russell Westbrook or Norman Powell, he decided to start Coffee instead to keep the balance of that starting lineup. This is what I mean. Ty Lue knows how to make adjustments, understands his players, understand who to put in the starting lineup. And if you can have Kawhi Leonard miss game 2 and then you pick up a win, or you could be up 2-1 by game 4 and you get a healthy Kawhi Leonard back, like, forget about it. The series is over. And I don't think Daniel Gafford can play to be starting center. It's just, you have to put the rookie to be starting center. He's not going to guard Zubac. Zubac too big, bro. Like, there's no way that Daniel Gafford, and I like Daniel Gafford, but that was kind of questionable to me. I think that's going to change. Luka and Kyrie had 64, 70 points combined, but everyone else didn't. So that duel is always going to show up, but they're so big of defensive liability, those two guys. And like I just said, I'll read the stats real quick. Luka 31-7. Kyrie Irving 31-7-4. Luka Doncic 33, 13 rebounds, 6 assists. Luka +3. Kyrie Irving -9. Back to what I'm saying, Daniel Gafford only played 14 minutes, 3 points, no rebounds. Like, you can't have that from your center. I expect them to make definitely some adjustments. I expect Powell to even get in the lineup now. But like I said, Zubac was eating 20 and 15. George 22-6. I love Terrence Mann. That is a guy who could play team basketball. And even James Harden. You can say what you want about James Harden, but he knows how to distribute the basketball. And if he's hot, he's one of the best scorers. Not in right now, but as far as in this playoffs, he can 28 points, 8 assists. Watch out for this. Like I said, this is why I have them going to the finals. And then Russell Westbrook coming off the bench. They only went 8 deep, but you can have Bones Highland come in, and you can have even Tucker eventually play 2 minutes, even though Tucker is pretty much a bench warmer now. But that's what I mean by how they got valuable deep-ass players. I expect this to go to 6, and the Clippers to pretty much win this series. We'll go to the next, which will be the Bucks. And sorry I'm looking down so much. I'm looking at my phone. My memory sucks. So I'm trying to get these stats right. Bucks 109-94. No Giannis. I said the same thing. People forget. Damian Lillard's old. Damian Lillard got exposed. Yeah, I heard it all. But did we not forget who Damian Lillard is? Dame time when it comes to the playoffs. Dude had almost more points than the Indiana Pacers in the first half by himself. So I don't get it when people say with Damian Lillard how he's washed and shit like that. Giannis, same scenario as Kawhi Leonard. If he can sit and rest up to game 3 or 4 and they can be up 1-1 or 2-1, then they're good. Tyrese Halliburton has been cold for a while. He came into the playoffs cold. I went to the Bulls games a few weeks ago and he was cold, and the Bulls beat the Pacers. He had 9 points, 8 assists. Pascal Siakam had 36 points, 13 rebounds. Turner 17 and 8. This is still going to be a good series. And they played 11 guys, but they were getting the ass whooped, so that plays a lot to it. But yeah, you're not going to win if Halliburton's only giving you 9 points. You're not going to win if pretty much if Tyrese Halliburton ain't doing shit, he ain't going to win. Especially when Giannis is coming back. Pascal 36, like I said, he steps up too when it comes to the playoffs. Middleton for the Bucks, 23 and 10 rebounds. Portis solid, 15 and 11. Patrick Beverly, 5'7". Damian Lillard, like I said, 35, 6 rebounds. But yeah, I still think this is a series that's going to 7. I think the Pacers are going to come back in game 2. But you don't want to be down 2-0 and then all of a sudden Giannis is coming back. That's all I'm going to say. And then we'll finish it with the nightcap, which is the New Orleans Pelicans and pretty much the OKC City Thunder. This is a close game. I think this series is going to be as close as they come due to the experience of OKC not being in the playoffs. I do like that the Pelicans played a lineup with Valanciunas. I'm not too sure. I gotta check again if Zion's. Cause it's funny, man. You got Zion out, Kawhi Leonard out. Joel is banged up. Giannis, man, so many stars are just out of this playoffs that can make a difference when they come. Jimmy Butler can make a difference when they come back. But man, like if Zion does come back, I would probably keep that Valanciunas starting center because he does create problems for Czech. And then maybe have Zion play power forward, or you can mix it up every now and then, like when you have Valanciunas off the bench. Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum is as good as they come. Gordon Hayward only played 9 minutes, had 9 points. Shea is a beast in the running for MVP. Not too sure if he's going to win MVP. It was 94-92, by the way. Let me run the stats up really quick. Brandon Ingram, 12 points, so you're not going to win if he's getting 12 points. He needs to average 30, especially with Zion out. Almost the same scenario like Kevin Durant. Valanciunas, like I said, I'm sticking with that. Only 29 minutes, 20 boards, 13 rebounds. CJ McCollum, 20 points, 6 assists. They went 9 deep. Larry Nance Jr. with 19 minutes, 8 and 8 to lead that bench. OKC, 28, 6 and 4 for Shea. And then Czech, 15 and 11. And then they went, actually, let me see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 deep. Like, so all the teams that pretty much went 11 deep, and I know it's probably because of blowouts and stuff like that, they all won. That just shows you, like when I said, who's the healthiest, star power, and who's the deepest. Usually you get the longest run and go to the finals. So that's what OKC did. They only won by 2, but we'll see, man. I think this was an exciting first round. Like I said, 8-0 for all the home teams. All the top seeds are actually showing out. But game 2, I do expect a lot of adjustments, a lot of different roster changes. Don't know who's going to come back. But you guys let me know in the comments below. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.